Welcome to our deep dive into the law relating to geographical indications in India. Geographical indications, or GIs, have become a powerful tool for protecting the quality, reputation, and unique characteristics of goods that are essentially linked to their geographical origin. These special attributes may arise from natural factors like soil, climate, and raw materials, or from traditional methods of production and preparation. GIs not only secure consumer loyalty by establishing a clear connection between product attributes and their origin, but also safeguard the culture, traditions, and heritage of regions and communities. In this video, we'll explore the nature, functions, benefits, and legal framework of GIs in India. Geographical indications are signs that identify goods as originating from a specific country, region, or locality. These can include well-known geographical names like Darjeeling Tea, Mysore Silk, or Nagpur oranges, as well as traditional names such as basmati rice or feta cheese, which have acquired geographical significance. GIs are deeply embedded in the culture and traditions of a country, reflecting the unique relationship between people, products, and places. The recognition of GIs helps preserve local heritage and ensures that the unique qualities of products are attributed to their true origin. Geographical indications serve several important functions. They identify the source of a product and assure consumers of its unique quality and standards. GIs protect the livelihood of artisans and craftsmen, generate employment, and retain populations in specific regions. They also provide valuable information to consumers about the quality, reputation, and characteristics of products linked to a geographical area. By establishing a direct link between products and their place of origin, GIs foster economic growth and cultural preservation. Protection of geographical indications is crucial for several reasons. GIs identify the source and quality of products, inform customers about unique attributes, and protect trade interests by indicating that a product comes from a specific area. They safeguard the livelihoods of artisans and craftsmen, assure consumers of quality, and secure customer loyalty. Additionally, GIs qualify for protection under international agreements like TRIPS and domestic intellectual property laws, providing cultural protection for producers. Geographical indications offer a range of benefits. They reward tradition, emphasize the relationship between cultures and the environment, and are not transferable from one owner to another. GIs protect collective traditions and ensure that knowledge is passed down through generations. By recognizing and valuing the unique qualities of products linked to specific regions, GIs help preserve cultural heritage and promote sustainable development. Geographical Indications of Goods Registration and Protection Act, 1999 was enacted to protect the interests of producers, exclude unauthorized persons from misusing GIs, and promote goods bearing GI in export markets. The Act defines GIs as indications identifying goods as agricultural, natural, or manufactured, originating from a specific territory, region, or locality. It extends protection to GIs used for both agricultural and manufactured goods, ensuring that the unique qualities of products are attributed to their geographical origin. Appellations of origin refer to products whose quality and characteristics are directly linked to their geographical origin. Examples include Bordeaux wine from France, Phu Quoc fish sauce from Vietnam, Napa Valley wine from California, Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee, and Chulucanas pottery from Peru. These appellations highlight the importance of geographical origin in determining the unique qualities of products, and are often protected under GI laws. Indication of source simply refers to the country of origin of a product, and does not necessarily include the unique attributes of GIs or appellations of origin. While it helps identify where a product comes from, it does not guarantee the quality or reputation associated with GIs. This distinction is important in understanding the broader scope of geographical indications and their legal protection. Section 37 of the GI Act deals with the term applying GI. A person is deemed to apply a GI to goods if they affix it to the goods themselves, their packaging, or use it in any manner likely to lead consumers to believe the goods are designated by that GI. This includes using GIs in advertisements, invoices, catalogs, or commercial documents. The GI can be woven, impressed, or otherwise affixed to the goods, ensuring that the connection between the product and its origin is clearly established. Section 38 addresses falsifying and falsely applying GIs. Falsifying a GI means making a GI or deceptively similar GI without the assent of the authorized user, or altering a genuine GI. Falsely applying a GI involves using a GI or a similar GI on goods or packaging without permission. These actions undermine the integrity of GIs and can mislead consumers, making legal protection essential to maintain trust and authenticity. Geographical Indications of Goods Registration and Protection Act, 1999 grants exclusive rights to the proprietor and authorized user to use a GI in relation to registered goods. Applications for GI registration must be made to the registrar of GI by associations, producers, or organizations representing producers' interests. Registration ensures that only genuine products from the specified region can use the GI, protecting both producers and consumers. GI application must include a detailed explanation of the goods, their unique attributes linked to the originating territory, and particulars of human skill or environmental uniqueness. The application should specify the class of goods, provide certified geographical maps, and describe the appearance of the GI. Additional requirements include statements about producers, affidavits, and mechanisms for maintaining quality standards. These details ensure that the GI is properly documented and protected. Under Rule 82B, a divisional application can be made to divide a single GI application into separate applications for different classes of goods. This process involves submitting Form G5 and paying the appropriate fees. If deficiencies are found in the application, they must be corrected within 30 days, or the request for division will be considered abandoned. This ensures clarity and proper classification of GIs. After acceptance, GI applications must be published in the Journal of Geographical Indication within 3 months. This advertisement is also posted on the registry's website or suitable electronic media. Publicizing GI applications ensures transparency and allows stakeholders to raise objections or support the registration, strengthening the integrity of the GI system. Certain GIs are prohibited from registration. These include GIs likely to cause deception or confusion, those contrary to law, scandalous or obscene matter, or those likely to hurt religious sentiments. GIs that are generic names, have fallen into disuse, or falsely represent origin are also prohibited. This ensures that only genuine and appropriate GIs are protected under the law. GIs may be registered for all or any goods within a class, as classified by the registrar, in accordance with international classification standards. This ensures consistency and compatibility with global GI registration systems, facilitating international trade and recognition of Indian GIs. GI Act confers exclusive rights to the proprietor and authorized user to use the GI in relation to registered goods. These rights include the ability to seek relief for infringement. However, these rights are subject to certain conditions and limitations, such as variation conditions, restrictions on specific goods, and limitations on the area of operation. The validity of GI registration is considered only in rectification proceedings, ensuring legal clarity. Section 23 of the GI Act states that registration is prima facie evidence of validity in legal proceedings. Proprietors or authorized users can file suits for infringement, seeking remedies such as injunctions, damages, or delivery up of infringing labels. These legal provisions empower GI holders to protect their rights and maintain the integrity of their products. When 2 or more authorized users are registered for identical or similar GIs, their rights are co-equal. The exclusive right does not operate against each other, allowing all authorized users to benefit from the GI. This collective approach supports community interests and ensures fair use among producers. Upon the death of an authorized user, their rights in a registered GI devolve to their successor in title, as per the law in force. This ensures continuity and preserves the legacy of GI holders, allowing successors to maintain and benefit from the GI. Geographical indications and trademarks are often confused, but they serve different purposes. Trademarks distinguish goods and services of one producer from others, while GIs identify groups of products based on their origin. Trademarks are private monopoly rights, created by inventive words or symbols, whereas GIs are collective public rights rooted in recognition and tradition. GIs cannot be signed, and their protection depends on public perception and reputation. Trademarks are proprietary symbols that can be letters, words, numerals, devices, sounds, or smells. They are created and adopted by enterprises to distinguish their goods and services. Unlike GIs, trademarks can be assigned and are reserved for the owner. Recognition is not required for protection, and trademarks can claim color features. GIs are rooted in public perception and recognition of reputation and goodwill. They are linked to traditions and culture, and their rights cannot be assigned. GIs represent a common heritage of producers in a region, allowing all eligible producers to use the GI. Unlike collective trademarks, GIs identify goods as originating from a specific place, not just a group or association. Collective trademark belongs to a group or association and is reserved for its members. In contrast, a GI identifies goods as originating from a specific country, region, or locality, and is not limited to a group. GIs are based on geographical names and symbols, while trademarks can be any distinctive sign. This distinction ensures that GIs remain tied to their place of origin. Trademarks can be assigned and used exclusively by the owner, while GIs cannot be assigned and are used collectively by all producers in the region. Trademarks may be created and adopted quickly, but GIs are recognized over time through public perception and association with tradition and culture. The concept of GIs also includes appellations of origin, which are used on products with specific qualities due to their geographical environment. Unlike trademarks, which distinguish goods and services of enterprises, appellations of origin emphasize the link between product quality and place of production. GI Act defines infringement as the violation of rights of the proprietor or authorized user. Unauthorized use of a registered GI constitutes infringement. Other forms include misleading consumers about the origin, unfair competition, and using expressions like kind, style, or imitation. The Act allows the central government to provide higher protection for certain goods, ensuring that GIs are not misused or falsely represent. Act provides civil and criminal remedies for infringement of registered GIs. Civil remedies include injunctions, damages or account of profits, and delivery up of infringing labels. Injunctions can be temporary or permanent, and courts may order ex parte injunctions for discovery of documents or preservation of evidence. Criminal remedies include penalties for falsifying or falsely applying GIs, selling goods with false GIs, and improper representation. Suit for infringement of a registered GI or for passing off must be instituted before the district court having jurisdiction. The term includes courts within the local limits where the plaintiff resides, carries on business, or works for gain. This ensures that GI holders have access to legal remedies and can protect their rights effectively. If the defendant pleads invalidity of GI registration, the court may stay the suit pending rectification proceedings before the registrar or appellate board. If no application is made within the specified time, the issue of validity is deemed abandoned. The court may still make interlocutory orders during the stay, ensuring that justice is not delayed. Act protects against groundless threats of legal proceedings for GI infringement. If a person threatens another with action for infringement, the aggrieved party may bring a suit for declaration and injunction. However, relief is not available if the threat is justified by registered GI and actual infringement. This provision prevents misuse of legal threats and protects genuine GI holders. GI Act includes penal provisions for falsifying and falsely applying GIs, selling goods with false GIs, falsely representing a GI as registered, and falsification of entries in the register. Penalties range from 6 months to 3 years imprisonment and fines from Rs. 50,000 to Rs. 2 lakhs. Enhanced penalties apply for repeat offenses, and the court may order forfeiture and destruction of goods involved in GI offenses. The Act empowers the Deputy Superintendent of Police to take cognizance of GI offenses, search and seize articles involved. This ensures effective enforcement of GI laws and prevents the circulation of counterfeit or falsely represented goods. Any person aggrieved by an order or decision of the registrar may appeal to the appellate board within 3 months. The board has exclusive jurisdiction over matters related to GI registration, rectification, and practice. The registrar may appear and be heard in proceedings before the board, ensuring that GI matters are handled by specialized authorities. In suits for infringement, the validity of GI registration is determined only on an application for rectification to the appellate board. This ensures that disputes over GI validity are resolved by specialized authorities, maintaining the integrity of the GI system. Dever Meeking Breweries v. Scotch Whisky Association, the Delhi High Court affirmed the refusal to register the mark Highland Chief for whiskey produced in India. The court held that the mark would likely deceive consumers into thinking the whiskey was Scotch whisky, as Highland is a region in Scotland famous for whiskey. The decision reinforced the importance of protecting GIs and preventing false description. Scotch Whisky Association v. Parpara Sakar Shakar Karkhana Limited. The Bombay High Court restrained the defendants from marketing Indian whiskey as blended Scotch whisky, using the word Scotch or Scottish symbols. The court found that such labeling would mislead consumers and damage the reputation of Scotch whisky. This case highlights the importance of accurate GI representation and the protection of established reputation. Scotch Whisky Association v. Golden Bottling Limited. The plaintiffs were granted a permanent injunction against the use of red Scot for whiskey not produced in Scotland. The court recognized Scot and Scotch as GIs under WTO TRIPS and Indian law and awarded damages and costs to the plaintiffs. This case underscores the global recognition of GIs and the effectiveness of legal remedies. Darjeeling Tea is one of India's most famous GIs, registered under application number 1 and 2 by the Tea Board. Grown in 87 gardens in West Bengal, Darjeeling Tea is renowned for its distinctive taste, aroma, and mouthfeel, attributed to the region's unique climate, soil, and elevation. The GI ensures that only tea produced in this region can be labeled as Darjeeling Tea, protecting its reputation and supporting local producers. Risa Patachitra is a registered GI for traditional wall hangings and paintings made of textile and natural colors. The art form uses unique raw materials and techniques, with themes inspired by Hindu mythology and temple traditions. The GI protects the authenticity of Patachitra, ensuring that only genuine artisans from Odisha can use the name, preserving cultural heritage and supporting local artists. Mysore Silk is a renowned GI registered by Karnataka Silk Industries Corporation. Known for its purity, luster, and intricate zari work, Mysore Silk is an integral part of Karnataka's culture. The GI covers raw silk yarn textiles and clothing, ensuring that only products made in Mysore and Bangalore can use the name. The GI preserves the legacy of Mysore Silk, supports local weavers, and maintains high-quality standards. GI registration process involves submitting a detailed application, including information about the goods, their unique attributes, and the geographical area. The registrar examines the application, may accept or modify it, and publishes it for public review. Once registered, the GI is protected under Indian law, ensuring that only genuine products can use the name. Enforcing GI rights involves monitoring the market, taking legal action against infringement, and maintaining quality standards. Challenges include preventing misuse, ensuring proper documentation, and educating producers and consumers about GI benefits. Effective enforcement protects the reputation of GIs and supports sustainable development. Geographical indications are recognized globally under agreements like WTO TRIPS. Indian GIs such as Darjeeling Tea and Mysore Silk have gained international recognition, promoting exports and protecting local producers. Global cooperation and harmonization of GI laws enhance the value and reputation of Indian products in the world market. Geographical indications play a vital role in protecting the unique qualities, culture, and heritage of products linked to specific regions. The Indian legal framework provides robust protection for GIs, supporting producers, artisans, and communities. As awareness grows and enforcement improves, GIs will continue to drive economic growth, preserve traditions, and enhance the global reputation of Indian goods. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the law relating to geographical indications in India.